Great. Okay, we just start with some stretching. So the first one, you're just going to breathe in here, stretch right up. You're going to bring the arms down, and you're just going to curl from the spine. Stretching down real slow. Rolling the arms all the way down. So hopefully you can just have the hands floating above the ground. Yeah. Now from here, you can bend the knees slightly, pressing the joint to the ground. Just hold it slightly. In this case, really let the head hang loose. So no tension in the head. And from here, if you can, keep the arms as they are. Start to straighten the knees as much as you can, slowly. And then start to raise up, nice and slow. And again, real slow, just pulling all the way up. Rolling up through the vertebra. Coiling back up. Yeah. You're going to stretch up again. Bring the arms long. Really have a sense of lengthening here. So breathing in and lengthening. Coming down again. And real slow. Rolling up. Keeping the knees as straight as possible. Rolling down. Just until the hands float over the ground. Let the head really hang loose. Reach into the ground with the jaw. Bending the knees if you need. Straightening the knees as much as possible. Really lifting the pelvis up. And then start to bring the body up. Good. Hello. Come on. You take a moment, just feel, you should feel actually longer. You should feel much more longer. And then just take one more. Really lengthen up. Start to come down. Again, just start to work towards the ground. Really working on keeping the body long. Down. Hands towards the ground. Press into the ground now. Picking the jaw up, straightening the knees, and then raising. Coiling up through the spine, right to the beginning. Okay, good.
Rolling.
Okay, I'm going to take the jaw just here. Good. Okay, I want you to just lengthen up, over, and then curling over the side. Yeah. In this case, you're going to really press from the opposite foot. So have the sense of pressing into the ground here. Strong now in the right leg. Pressing over. Yeah, coming back to the other side. Now pressing from the opposite foot. Coming back to the center. You're going to have the arms up there. On the jaw, you're going to roll over this way. Okay. So in this case, this hand curls over kind of to the armpit this way. It goes over, and this arm stretches over more now. So using this as the pivot, stretching right over. So you really feel this
the rib cage on this side really open. So starting here, roll over, coming back to the center, and then go the other side. So curling this way, stretching right over. One more the other side. Good. One side to the other side. Okay. I'm taking a wide stand. We're going to stretch all the way up, all the way over with the shoulders until you reach the back of the spine. Yeah. Right to the back. Looking up with the body. Really have a sense of stretching up. Most of the weight's in the front foot. Yeah. And then just slowly bring him back. Keeping the shoulders open. You come back. Yeah. And again, really deep breath in. Opening the ribs. Keeping the weight in the front foot. Reaching into the spine. And slowly over. Keeping the shoulders open. Good. One more time. In nice and deep. And then back. And just changing the leg. A nice deep stand. And here, breathing in, rolling in. All the way over. Looking up to the sky. And then breathing out. Keeping the shoulders open. One more time. Good. Okay, we'll try one that's slightly complicated. You're going to go from here. The stick comes this way. You basically twist the body all the way. And this, it's difficult to show. You're going to roll, the stick comes to the ground. You basically watch the back heel. You can see, it goes like this. You start from this position, roll all the way to the back, and coil. So you're really doing a coiling motion here. And you just watch, just look at the back heel here, which is raising. Yeah. And then come back. And then you switch sides, roll all the way over, touch the jaw to the ground, and watch the heel. Yeah, and then come back. And you coil over, watch the heel. Once you get the coordination, you can go quite deep into the stretch. So, two more. Good. Okay. Very nice. So, stretching up this time, you're going to breathe in, come up onto the toes. In this case, you're going to stay on the toes. So you're going to bring the stick down with a squat, coming down all the way until the stick reaches the knees. Yeah. And then you're going to stretch up, stay on the toes, breathing in, sitting down. Real slow, keeping the weight evenly balanced in the body. Stretching right up, sitting right down. Good. Just one more time. Do it slow. Sinking down. Back to neutral. Okay, good. Just for the whole body, slightly wide with the feet. Both hands at the end of the jaw. In a coil one way, all the way over, past the jaw behind the back, and then coil down, rolling, pressing through. In this case, you're going to breathe out as you go down. And then start to breathe in here. The stick passes behind the back, breathe out. And then reverse the direction. Good. One more rotation. Good. Good. Come back. Shaking the body out. Just rolling the arms. Shaking the feet. Okay, good. So we'll do the 13 Jo Kata. So one of the complicated katas. We'll really break it down now. So the 13, I'll just show the whole thing and then you know what we're going to aim at. So the 13 goes like this. That's this nice short kata, but it's quite complicated. There's some very tricky movements. So we'll just start with the first two movements. Starting from Yokamai, you do a ski, and then you do a hayagaishi. You go straight into it. It's like this. So two movements. You go ski, hayagaishi. Real slow. Thrusting here, one. Hayagaishi. Here, two. Yeah, give it a try. This is the first two movements. Ski, hayagaishi, 1, 2. Oh, that's okay, so one thing. There's a kind of difference in this kata. This is much more of a combat form. So this is actually all blends against a ski attack. So these are this form is actually in a sense is more of a combat form than the 31, which is more of an awase practice and actually is a solo kata. And the partner practice was kind of tagged onto it. In this case, these movements are all direct blends against skis. So in this case, when you do the first movement, really coming off the line and thrusting. This is a defense against a thrust that's coming in, yeah, which is a very fast movement. So in this case, all these points we looked at with the saburi, in terms of moving as one thing, and in terms of not moving the hand first and then going, all these kind of extra movements will make the blend impossible. So in this case, what you want to really focus on is moving just as one thing. So it doesn't have to be fast, but really feel that the movement is one thing. So you're really looking to blend against a very fast ski attack. So when you move out, really just have this. And then for the higher gaishi again, just move and strike. So this kata in this case of the Kihon form has really a quality of stillness, movement. And what you're training is this ability to just be able to move and blend with the person, because there's no sense of these extra movements. They will make the blending impossible. So really try and make the movements efficient. Just move. Just move. Yeah. Just have this sense, and have a sense that you're actually blending against a very fast ski attack with all these movements. Yeah, give it a try. This is so, but the first two are the clearest to practice this. So it's really a combat form. Ayagaishi. Yeah. Yeah. Good. Okay, good. And in a sense, what you're training is the body to move. So I can get lost in the jo. So I can get lost with the feeling that I'm doing something here with the jo. And this will take me out of the blend. So really have this feeling that what you're doing is moving the body. Moving the body. Yeah, this is primary. Always this is primary. So the stick work, the work you're doing with the jo will come from the fact of the feeling of just moving the body. So just have a sense here of moving the body. Yeah. So just play with, especially the higher gaishi. Here, what the tendency to happen is to pull with the arms and then pull down with the arm. Just now try this. You go in with the ski as normal, and then here just move in like this. You're really going to practice just rolling through the body. Yeah. So make the body work primary. Here, here. Yeah, and just let the stick flow around the body. So thrust, rolling through. And what I'm looking to do is really move the body, but also make a very clear connection into the ground. Yeah, I'm very stable at the end of it. Yeah, with no sense of wobbling. So static, stable at the end. This way. Yeah, just play with that in the second movement. And again, just go to the quality of the movement and not in this case, the function of it. Just moving the body. Uh-huh. Okay, and just watch out for this. In this case, what the tendency to happen again is there's a kind of fear comes in with the blend, because I know I'm making a complicated movement against a very simple attack. The tendency is to start to go into these kind of positions. This is kind of hiding, crouching. this is going into survival mode. As soon as I go into survival kind of fear contraction, I contract all the movement. Okay, this is not necessarily bad. It's a good tactic, but in this case, what you need to be is have a sense of freedom in the body. So you can't really have fear in this case. You just need to enter straight in with the body long. Okay, so you're not blocking. You're just moving and striking this way. But in a sense, what I'm not doing is curling and tightening. So I'm not hiding in this movement. But you're just going to come here. You're going to enter fully and strike down. Yeah. Because you're moving straight off to the side, there's no sense of blocking or protecting myself. I just move straight in and attack. Yeah. So have a sense now of a much more direct feeling. No fear. Just going wham and strike. Yeah. Strike. Right. So don't contract the movement, basically. Yeah. That's it. So. Yeah. That's it. And right. And right. Yeah. There. Yeah, nice. Good. Okay, good. So we'll add two new movements. So from here you do 1, 2 with the high aiki. From this position, pressing from the front foot, you're going to slide back and raise for a block. Yeah. And then from here, pressing from the back foot, thrusting in to number 4. So you now go 1, 2, pressing back, 3, raising block, and then 4, thrusting in with the steam. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, just right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 to 4. So blocking and then thrusting. Oh. Oh.
Michael, just the number 3. Can you do 2 to 3 again, please?
Sure.
Thank you.
So number 2's here. Yeah, you're gonna roll back, make the thrust, and then from here, thrusting in. Huh? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Strike down. Now from thrusting in the back foot, blocking, thrusting in.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Thanks, yeah.
Yeah. So in terms of the line in this movement, hopefully you can see with my left. Okay, the first movements are off the line. So here off to the left, here off to the right. Now from here, this line's the center line. This one. You're gonna roll back. I go slightly off to the left, and this foot finds the center line here. Yeah, so I'm just slightly wedged off, but this foot is on the center line. And then from here, the thrust, I go straight down the line. Yeah, so this block in a way is to control the center line. I'm just wedged off and then thrust back onto it. Yeah? So from here you go off to the side, off to the right, wedging off to the back, and then straight back down the line. Here. Yeah? We'll use the line like this in this. Here, 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 and then straight down the line. Yeah, so in number 4, you've basically controlled the line and come straight down it in this case. Yeah, give it a try. Off to the left, off to the right, wedge to the back, and straight down the line. Right. Yeah, that's good. What is it? Yeah. Good. Nice. Okay, good. Now we go to the complicated part. So this is a rotation with a hasso. So we're going to go. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now from this position, I take a step, roll to the back, and find the hasso. We did a lot of hasso last week. In this case, it's with a rotation. So you start in a ski kamae. Here, you're going to take a step from the back leg, roll all the way around, and find the hasso. Yeah? In this, practice this movement. So you're going from position number 4, step in, roll to the back. This is a block against the ski to the back. So imagine someone's thrusting in here, you roll to the back, parry the ski, and then you roll up into the hasso. Yeah, so from ski kamae here, actually from a thrusting position. So the hands at the level of the shoulder here, and then you roll in the body and perform the hasso to the back. That is that movement. So this is number 5. So it's a hasso with a rotation. Just, yeah. Oh. Okay, so the footwork's kind of strange, quite difficult. So in this case, try and show. In this case, what I don't do in this case is like this. It's not a retreating movement. So in this case, it's not that I do this and then press back with it. In this case, you miss the blend with the ski. So in this one, you actually rotate here like this way. So I'm actually at a slightly advancing with it. So here, you open, 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 and then the foot comes here. This way. So you come to position. Requires my hips need to be super loose, super open to do it. So in this case, roll in and then coil back. Roll in, coil back. This is different from like an irimi tenkan, which is entering to do it. In this case, you're just going to rotate to the back this way. So really turn the body here. Now, as I find the hasso, I'm going to press weight into this foot. And then the weight of the block comes from this foot pressing into the body. Give it a try. Complicated footwork. So here. There. Yeah. Give it a try. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Yeah. Good. Okay, now we'll add this in and we'll add another movement to it. So in this case, you go 1, 2, 4. Find that hassle. 5. And then cutting down with a thrust, with a strike. Number 6. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So
Michael.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No,
When you go to the rotation with the hustle, like normally when we do hustle, we immediately come to the center, right? Normally.
Yeah.
Like if we are starting from, let's say, Jokomai position, and then we come here, right? But now I see you while you're doing the rotation, you are staying here, and then coming up.
Yeah. In this case, when you make that,
Can you go back to?
Oh, sorry.
Can I see? Can I see?
Zoom. 1 second. There we go.
Thank you.
Okay, good. So in the case of the normal hasso, you're coming from Inkamai, you come here and you roll past this way.
Yeah.
That movement's like this. So I'm in this position and then finding this movement. Yeah? When you do this movement, I'm coiling first and then finding.
Okay.
So it's a longer form. So in this case, I don't do, the mistake is to do this. So I don't want to do this because this is non-functional. So what I don't want to do is like this and then find it, because as I make the rotation, my body's exposed. So what I'm looking at this movement is protect the back of the body and then do it. Yeah?
Okay. But just one question about the other one. So I thought this one was for the beginners. So for the advanced, don't you directly come to the middle?
No, in this case, I don't really.
Not.
In this case, this.
Not for number 13, but generally for the hustle, the normal hustle.
Yeah, I don't go like that and then find it. In this
Okay,
case.
so how do you do?
It's still open, so it's still this and then this.
Okay, so it doesn't come to the center. I see. Okay.
It's not here. I don't go to the front this way. In this case, there's no real power in it. So in this case, like this. So this either functions as a block, parry, or as a strike, as a blow.
Okay. Okay.
And then that transition to the middle happens here at the side.
Okay.
So that transition's happening at this point.
Okay.
Here.
Okay. Yeah, thanks.
1, 2, 6 now. 1, 2, blocking, thrusting, striking. 1, 2, 6.
Michael,
Yeah.
when you when you do the hustle and you strike, what line are you in? Are you in the center line or are you off center line, the other direction, if you know what I mean?
Question. 1 second. In this case, you're going to roll up and slightly wedge it off to the left side. So, see, in this case, I'm on the center line here, right down the center. When I transition to the hustle, I'm just slightly wedged off the line here, this way. Oh, you can't really see. And then as I make the strike, I come off the line to the right side. So here, wedge off the line. So I'm slightly on the line. Oh, you can't see my toe. Nah. So I'm slightly on the line here, and then as I come through, I wedge off this line. So it's kind of triangulating. So this, wedged off slightly, and then angled to the side.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Okay, so that's some new movements, okay? So starting, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, what you're going to do is rotate over to the left side, and you're going to find a block which protects the side of the head. And then from here, you reverse to the side. So from here, striking down from number 6, you rotate to the left side, lock with the top of the jaw, this part, locking to the side of the head, and then from here, thrusting in the body. Yeah. So to number 8, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. Goes to there. Yeah, give it a try. Then this movement is a really to the side here. This arm's quite extended this way. And then here, striking through. Yeah, give it a try.
Michael, can you show the feet as well before I,
Sure.
please? Thank you.
I'll show you from, you're on the hassle, striking in. Now from here, just rotate this way, and then just press in with the feet. Then rotation this way, and then press through. Yeah?
Okay, thank you.
That's it. Nice. Nice. Nice, nice.
Michael, I think you know what my question is going to be.
I don't.
The 6th and the 7th, are they, which side of the center line are they?
Yeah, good question. Good question. So, do the full thing. So from here, wedge slightly off. Again, I'm going to wedge on the line. So I'm going to wedge the front foot slightly on the line, wedged off slightly on the line, and then from here, this is still to the side of the line. Yeah.
Okay.
In this case, I'm blocking a thrust. I'm blocking against a thrust, and then I'm thrusting to the ribs of the partner in front of me. This is a blood from the sides up, and then thrusting, and I'm slightly wedged slightly off the line, straight through this way. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Go in. Okay, more movement. So now,
Michael, in between, please.
oh, sorry. Again.
The second block, is that to the front or to the side?
Okay. The thrust coming right to the back. The thrust is going to. So when I make a rotation, I'm gonna curl it to the side of the body. It's gonna roll this way. You see that?
Ah, yes.
And it's kind of wedging out with extension. It's actually, you can think of this like a protection against the yokum, but in this case, it's going to roll across the body to protect against the thrust. Just coming.
It's coming.
Yeah. This way. Kind of rolls from underneath this way. And then thrusts in this way. Yeah?
Thank you.
Okay, we'll go a little bit further. 2 more movements. So from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. From here, I draw all the way back, like a Gedangaishi position. And now from here, I go right down the line, and I block. Okay, so you roll over, and then you bring the foot forward. And now from here, I thrust straight in this way. Yeah. This is a tricky move, so just practice from here, from the thrust position. You roll back, Gedangaishi, coil the body in with the block. Coil in, and then press in with the foot. And then from here, straight in the thrust from a high position. So you're in Sukhamai, in the scoop, roll back, locking in, bringing the body in, and then thrusting through. Yeah. So ski, roll back, Gedangaishi position, coil in, high block, thrusting in with the body. Yeah, give it a try, just that part. Thrust, roll back, lock. Okay, so this is quite a strange movement. Later, this is done really as one movement. So later, this is performed by rolling in and thrusting straight in. So the block is performed at this position, and the thrust comes in with the body work. But in this case, it's kind of slightly artificial transition. You roll in the body, and then you bring the feet in here. And then from this position, pressing from the back, thrusting in. Just try and make this transition slightly. What you want to do is coil in. The key thing is that the jaw comes before the body. So it's not that I move in and then block. In this case, the thrust's coming straight to the center line, to my center line. And what I need to do is coil the body and block it this way. So this is a very fast block this way, coils across the body. And bring back foot in after it this way. And then thrusting from the back this way. Yeah, but it's a very direct movement, very tight. So it goes like this. 1, coil in the body. 2, thrust in with the jaw. And then later this just becomes one move. This. But for now, for the basic, 1, bringing the body in. 2, thrusting to the front. Try this. Coiling block. Thrusting in. Yeah, just that part. It's quite complicated. Hey. Oh. Hey. Yeah. Hey. Oh. Hey. And in terms of line work, I go straight down the line. And what I need to do is go straight into the jaw. So I'm actually entering into the throat, and I'm using the jaw. I'm using my jaw. So in this way, I'm really wedging my body into the attack. So this is like really pressing with the body, and then thrusting with it. So this is actually going straight down the center line. No sense of coming off the line at all. So this doesn't come off the line at all. So here, just wedge straight in this way, and then thrust in. Yeah. This is the hip movement. Complicated to do this because the tendency is if the front knee is tight, that I go off the line. Yeah, and in that case, I get struck. What I need to do is really open the front hip, coil into it, this way. Yeah, so you go straight down the line. Yeah, give it a try. So this is very.
Psychic, Michael, you answered my question.
Oh, good. Question, answer me. Direct. Hey. Oh. Hey. Okay. Okay, last 2 movements. So we're at 11. Let's go the full thing again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now from here I roll back, release. 12 with a block, and then 13 with a finish, with the thrust. Yeah. So you are here. 11, 12, roll back, 13, finish. Yeah, we'll try together. So 1, 2, 13. We'll start from here. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Thrust. Now from here, 12, rolling back with the block, and then 13, the thrust. Good. And then coming back into the kamai, and you just go again. Goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good. Just a few times in your own time. 1 to 13.
Michael, so the 12 to 13, they're on the center line as well?
Oh, good question. Oh, no, that's you, not me. Damn. In this case, okay, so you've gone straight down the line here. Now, in this case, when I release, I wedge off the line slightly. In this case, the thrust is coming to the rib. What I do is wedge my body slightly off this way, find the block, and then from here I go straight back down the line. Yeah. So you've gone from directly on the center, slightly wedge out, very slight, and then from here pressing in to the center line.
Okay,
Right.
thank you.
So 12 is a slight wedging, and 13 is direct on the center. Hey. Oh. Hey. Oh. Hey. Hey. Oh. Good. Nice. Thanks. Good. Nice, nice. Okay, so you can stay at that level, that kind of basic level. The key to that is that you use the pauses. So, and the key is that they're not static. So whenever you do this kind of Kihon training, don't see them as kind of rigid pauses, rigid kind of stop. They create kind of tension in the body. What you want to do is really look at the idea of stillness. So I'm going from a position of stillness, movement, and then into stillness, and then from here into movement. So I really use the pauses as basically balance checks. I want to know where the body is, and I want to feel that I'm in the center of the movement so that I can just press into the next move, and then press into the next move. So I'm really looking at just being able to move from stillness. So see them as points of stillness in the movement. And just look for really the middle of the movement so that you can then move into the next one. And then if you like, just play with slightly more fluid form, so slightly more flexible now, just pulsing into the movement. So it's much more flexible, and the movements start to blend into each other. Yeah, but just take it really slow, especially this last section. It's very fluid. So the jaw thrusts in, pulls back. The jaw comes in, thrusts, rolls back, thrusts in. So this last section especially is very fluid. So just pulse through the kata now. Slow, but flexible. Yeah, give it a try. So you can use basic level stillness movements, We can use this now, really flexible, fluid movements. Just play within both levels. Oh. Hey. 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 Oh. Hey. 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 Good. Hey. Oh. Hey. Hey. Oh. Hey. Okay, good. Very good. The other way you can play with this kata, later this is a practice against a partner. So there's a partner side to it. And then there's a practice against multiple partners. So with 3 attackers. So the other way you can think about this kata is not only just dealing with 1 attacker, but dealing with multiple attackers, which means the angles are going to all change. So you can see each movement actually as individual, dealing with an attacker. So in the case of the thrust, this is 1 person. The strike's another. This movement, oh, I got the kata wrong. I got it wrong. But you can see each strike as a kind of movement against a partner. Block, finish. Block, finish. Block, finish. Block, finish. Block, finish. So it's got this kind of pattern where you do a kind of blocking move and then a striking movement. So you can see each striker is dealing with an individual attacker from different angles. So that's when you can start to open the kata up and the angles in the kata a bit more. Yeah, so you can play with this kata a lot. Okay, good. Any questions about it? Or no? Super clear.
What, Michael, what do we know about the origin of the 13?
Yeah, good question. There's I think in the Aiki Joe video Taito made in Italy, I think he talks about it in terms of there was a lot of movements that O-sensei did that he couldn't remember. So there was a lot of movements he was teaching him that he just couldn't remember any of them. So he put together the 31, which we think is quite close to a kata that O-sensei would have done. And then the 13 is something that Saito-sensei put together that was kind of constructed from his kind of memories of different movements that O-sensei was practicing or teaching him. So in a sense, it's a kind of, I think it's a kind of collection of movements. And it looks to me like a lot of, I mean, from the training that we know that he did with O-sensei is that a lot of it was this kind of simple owase, 1-2 owase work. It looks like this kind of work was collected from that kind of work. To me, this is how it seems like. This is very short, simple owase. So a thrust against the ski and a hayagaishi against the ski and a block and then a strike. So it seems to be kind of a collection of this kind of owase practice. So I'll try and find the video and post it on the group. But he talks about the origin of it. Quite strange. Also, it's very much a spear kata. So all these pictures with O-sensei with a stick, it's actually a spear. So a lot of the movements are really clearly spear influenced movements. And we did a video in the Montreal Dojo with the spear. So you've got to slightly. I'll post it. Okay, I think. Actually, I don't. That's the best answer. I don't know. Good. Hi. どうもありがとう。
ありがとうございました。 Great. Thanks a lot.